Hey, this is Micah McLaughlin from the Vitalist School of Transformation. And here at the Vitalist School, we work to empower practitioners to let go of their limiting beliefs, their traumas that are held within their body in order for them to come back to their most authentic selves and then to bring that work back out into the world. And so life coaches, counselors, naturopaths, body workers, we've got a lot of different people who've come through the program. And part of what we do in the Vitalist School is we work with specific personality maps. And the personality maps really exist to help us understand where we are on our spiritual evolution, what's blocking us from our most authentic selves, and what we can do to step into our full power, our full truth, and our full love. And so today we're going to be talking about the Enneagram, and specifically we're going to be talking about point 9 on the Enneagram. And so the Enneagram is a psycho-spiritual tool. It's a map to help people really understand the coping mechanisms that they brought in from early childhood. Now, these are the things that we use to gain love or approval or stay away from things that were scary and upsetting to us. And while those may have worked in childhood, we get to a point in life where we recognize that the way that we've always been and the way that we always approach life is not in service to our higher good. So we're going to talk a little bit about those at point 9 on the Enneagram, and those who come in and are oriented around that point. They're really a peaceful person. And so when you think about those at point 9, there's a sense of ease. While they may have anxiety or fear on the inside, really the outside manifestation is a person that's pretty mellow. And if we look at the virtue and the vice of those at point 9, the virtue is going to be right action, and the vice is going to be sloth. And so sloth looks a lot like self-forgetting. And for those at point 9, that really is what's happened. There's a betrayal of self that occurs through a process of really not remembering themselves. Another way you could think about it is that 9s, those at point 9 on the Enneagram, they tend to merge. And so for those self-preservation 9s on the Enneagram, they tend to merge with like the creature comforts, the things in their life that could be food, that could be sleep, that could be work if work's comfortable, but there are routines and there are rhythms and the things they do that create a sense of like a creature comfort. For those who are at the social point of 9, they're going to merge with the overall group. And so there's a self-forgetting as they try to keep the external peace. Now that could be the family, or that could be the office where they work, but they're really merging with the group in terms of how do we keep the peace externally. And for those who are sexual or one-to-one 9s, they're going to be merging with one specific person, and that's often a partner, but it could be a parent, it could be a boss or a close friend. And so in some ways, they're forgetting who they are and merging with the life or the preferences of another. So when we work with those at point 9, the opposite of self-forgetting is really self-remembering. And so it's our job as a practitioner to help them come back to who they really are, to their preferences, to their needs, to their opinions. And it's very common for those who are oriented at point 9 to not know what they need, to not know what's the best for them without referencing the external cues. And so a lot of our work is to sit with them and help them dig deeper within themselves and come to this point of realizing this is what I need, these are my emotions, these are my preferences, this is what I want. And sometimes this can be as simple as helping them realize that when they're going out to eat, say with their partner or with their family, that they can access their internal preferences. And so part of the development with those at point 9 is they have decided that it is better to forget their own needs in order to make things externally easier. Now, that in childhood can look like a really easygoing child, but as they move into being an adult, there's a big problem with not being able to self-reference and to know what we really want, and that's that we can get extremely stuck, and this is where that sloth-like state can come in. So it doesn't mean that 9s are necessarily lazy. What it means is that they're sloth-like in being able to move towards what they actually want, to move towards what would make them happy, to move towards what would give them a fulfilling life. And so For those at point 8, we talked about they have a lot of access to anger. And 9s are a little bit different in the fact that they really have repressed their anger. And so when you ask a 9, do you feel upset? Do you feel angry? They can be really disconnected from the vital charge that anger can bring us. And in terms of the movement forward from sloth to right action, 9s actually have to get back connected to this energy of anger, this sense of it's not okay to live a life and to not know what it is that I want. It's not okay that other people are in my life telling me what I should or shouldn't do. They have to really get back and get connected into their power, and they usually have to tap into a sense of anger in order to do that. So what do we need to do as practitioners? With 9s, it really does require a lot of patience. So 9s come in and they don't always have the skill to know exactly what they want or what they're feeling. And so it takes the patience of a practitioner to show up with a lot of curiosity, a lot of patience, because it can take them a while to really figure out what they're feeling and what they're wanting. And also a lot of just prying. And I say prying in the most gentle way. Prying that looks like encouragement, prying that looks like coaching, prying that looks like accountability. So it's not uncommon for 9s to know the things in their life that make them feel better and to do them for a while, but then all of a sudden to start to forget what it is that makes them happy, what it is that they need. It's almost as if they lose their sense of direction or aim. And if they can't reference what's best for them internally in an individuated sort of way, it's really easy for 9s to lose their momentum. And so I like to think 9s, once they get moving, once they get rolling, and really once they get a practice established of who they are and what they need and where they're going, they can do really amazing things in their lives and in the world. But they can often feel like a big boat that's got to get moving, and it can easily lose steam. And so it's really our job as a practitioner to come in and provide that sense of accountability, to help them identify what direction it is that they want to go, and to give them those gentle nudges or those firm nudges at times when they start to fall back into the pattern of betraying themselves and self-forgetting. And so, if you want to know more, you can check out the Vitalist School of Transformation.com. And of course, you should have your clients check out the Enneagram books and have them do their own practice of reading and understanding who it is that they are.